girl, I was afraid of monsters. As I got older, I stopped getting so freaked out about that fear. But thanks to a certain director, I am now afraid of monsters again. Director, would you like to introduce your awesome self?
Yeah, hi, this is your Daywalt Fear Factory.
Yay. I am very excited to talk to you. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Absolutely, thanks for having me on.
Yay. Just start into the interview. What's your favorite horror film of all time and why?
Oh, man, the question, it changes every week. This week is a movie called Scream of Fear.
Scream of Fear?
It's from the late 50s. It's a Hammer Horrors film.
Ooh.
Christopher Lee.
Really?
And, yeah, I just discovered it a week ago, and it's an incredibly creepy, I don't want to give anything away, but it's a very creepy mystery.
Ooh.
And it's like proto-Hammer, early Hammer horror, so they hadn't really gotten to that style yet. It was a strange black and white movie.
Oh, I love those. Those are awesome.
Check that one out. That's my current fave.
Okay. Nice. I'll have to check that out. What do you love most about this genre compared to more mainstream genres?
I think the main thing I like about it is that it's a genre that's driven by story, and it's a genre that's driven by the director and the writer, as opposed to a genre that's driven by stars. Most horror, and a lot of good horror, doesn't need a movie star to get it made. And that's kind of nice, because what ends up happening is you can hang it on the hook, you can hang it on the concept, and that's what I like about it. It is a real storyteller's medium.
Yeah.
Aside from the emotions of fear, dread, and horror, which are the real reasons that I like it. I like to explore those aspects of my personality and other people's personalities. But, I think that the nice thing about it is a true storyteller's medium. That's one of my favorite things about it.
I like that. What annoys you about today's world of horror?
That's a loaded question. I think right now we're going through a period, and we see it every 5 years. Horror's dead, and actually they say it every year. Somebody somewhere says horror's dead. And of course, horror's not dead. It's like saying comedy's dead.
Right.
Comedy's not going anywhere. Horror's not going anywhere. Thrillers, mysteries, these are genres that have been around since the dawn of time, so they're not going anywhere. I think that when people say, "Oh, horror's dead," what they mean is horror needs a new face, and horror needs a new pick-me-up. We're now 10 years into torture porn, and I liked it. I actually thought it was a cool subgenre of horror.
Yeah.
But, we're looking now toward things that are creeping into our lives. And I think that, rather than dealing with torture, horror is going to change. We're at the apex of this particular subgenre, and now I think it'll change.
You think you're going to be a revolutionary leader in that?
I don't know. I'm just doing my own little thing. I would like to be part of it, but, I think what I do is so old that it's new, hopefully.
That makes sense, yeah.
My role models are all been dead for at least 100 years almost. I look back to Beards and Poe and Lovecraft quite a bit for my inspiration.
Yeah.
Because they really tapped into that childhood, anticipatory dread. To me, the horror happens 5 minutes before the scare. It's that lead up. It's the horror foreplay.
Ooh, I like that.
To me, that's a lot sexier than the creature appearing, or the outburst, or the doors thrown open. That's the Jack in the Box part of it all. But it's the pop goes the weasel winding of the
the tension.
It's really frightening to me.
Yes. Which director do you admire the most and has the most influence on your work?
I'm sorry, which what? Which who?
Which director do you admire the most and has the most influence on your work?
There are a couple. If I look way back, I actually tend not to.
Hello?
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 Oh, you still there?
Yeah, are you?
Oh, sorry, I think I cut out a little bit there.
Okay.
I tend to look at authors more than directors.
Really?
I find authors who inspire me, and as far as modern authors, I would say Clive Barker is the biggest inspiration for me. I like the fact that he goes to sort of very dark, painful, allegorical, mind-blowing places, and he doesn't rely on already established monsters. He creates new mythos. You know, in that same way, I really enjoy Guillermo del Toro and his work, because he's a world builder.
Cool. We think it's really cool that you sometimes put your own daughter in some of your films. How does she feel about being in your films, and do you think she'll be willing to do the same genre as she gets older?
For her, at her age right now, it's all playtime.
Yeah.
So I always let her make the decision whether she wants to do it. I will tell her what the story might be. And if she says, yeah, Daddy, that sounds like fun, then I'll put her in it. Like, she really liked the idea of the Jack in the Box. She thought that was great.
She's so cute.
She's my little monkey.
I saw her, like, when I first saw her, she was so adorable. Aww. Speaking for the future, what do you see for the future of horror? I mean, do you think, like, all the remakes that they're coming out is killing the genre?
Well, you know, it's funny. Like, Frankenstein was remade 26 times in 30 years. From 1930 from 1920 to 1950. So remakes are nothing new. They're just a way that the studios see for easy money. They think things on brand. You know, the real innovation is going to come in people who are not doing werewolves, zombies, and vampires. Although everybody loves those.
Yeah.
I like them, and I'm saying them. The innovation comes from people who are writers and directors who are world builders. And if they're building their own world and their own mythology and new creatures and new demons and new monsters, that to me is much more interesting and innovative. You know, and creatures that are like ghosts and demons, where you can sort of make your own rules every time. They're not as hard and fast as the werewolf, the vampire, and the zombie.
Right.
It gives you more latitude to create new kinds of fear, new rules. And I think when people see a new world with new rules, it's fresh.
Yeah.
And it's inspirational, and I think that's the kind of thing that horror needs right now.
Do you have some favorites in terms of today's filmmakers, by any chance?
Today's filmmakers?
Yeah, today.
Yeah, I do. I think, you know, I've always looked to David Fincher as one of my favorites. I like Danny Boyle's sort of go-to guerrilla spirit, even though he's doing bigger films, obviously, and with Oscar winner.
Yeah.
He's always had a do-it-yourself guerrilla style, which I've enjoyed. I always like the work of Peter Jackson, and I think he's a great storyteller and a visionary as far as world building, and that's some of that I definitely look up to.
Okay. We really like how you've managed to make all your short films look really good in terms of quality and special effects. And we're really excited at the prospect of seeing what you can do on a bigger budget. So, is there a bunch of stuff that you want to do in films now that you have a bigger budget? Like, in terms of, like special effects and scary scenes?
Yeah, there's, one of the things we always try to do with our short films is make them look like a feature, but it happens to be 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's going to be feature quality as close as we can get. So production value's always been really high on my list. It's right after story.
Yeah.
Like story, character, production value. I have some things on the horizon. I can't talk about everything quite yet. But it promises to be very good, I hope. I'm finally going to have a longer length helps and stories, and with more production value and your budget on a feature level, which is, I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited to see it too. What is your ultimate goal as a filmmaker in this genre?
Keep working. I'm not out to redefine the genre. I just want to tell a good story. It's a genre that's been the redheaded stepchild of Hollywood for a long time. I would just like to make films that are literate, intelligent, and point towards the literature and intelligence of horror.
I
And
like that.
There's some really good dramas and comedies told within the genre.
I like that. That's deep.
Well, it's a smart genre.
It is. I mean, and a lot of people don't see it as like that. They just see it as hack and slash. But, we do have different elements of horror that people don't notice.
Yeah, there's definitely a reaction from non-horror fans. Oh, you do horror. Like, oh, come on.
Yeah, all the girls are automatically naked and you're cutting them. But, okay, thank you so much again for doing this interview with me. It makes my heart happy.
Anytime, me too. It's nice to finally talk to you as well, Sarah.
Aww, that made my heart happy. Well, thank you so much, and we'll definitely be posting more stuff about you because we're all big fans of you.
Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate it.
I'm more of a fan than anybody else, though. Don't let them lie to you. So.
You fuel my fire. Thank you.
Aww, I like fueling fires. All right, thank you so much.